getting referrals. So we have YouTube up. Hello, hello, hello. Was trying to figure out a couple things on YouTube, but nevertheless, we're going to push through. So welcome everyone. I am Jalon Strong, the Realtor of Dreams to Keys Realty. I also am on YouTube and TikTok. So I'm looking at TikTok right now and YouTube right now. So if you are on either platform, make sure that you give the video a like. Let's see some thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, make sure that you're tapping the screen so that we see those hearts, and share this video. We're going to be talking about real estate and also different things related to how to get in contact with me or Dreams to Keys Realty, as well as the merch. And if you're on TikTok, you can already see that I am wearing the My Dreams Have Keys crew neck in blue. So you can see that visual in front of you right now. And if you're on YouTube, we're gonna give you a little visual, just a bit, so that you can see it as well. As you're coming in, please like, share, double tap the screen if you're on TikTok, and let's get started. So like I said, I am Jalon Strong, the premier realtor of Dreams to Keys Realty, and I call myself the essential millennial realtor. And I call myself that because I'm not just a realtor. I'm an essential worker and a millennial. So I combine all three of those things into one, and I also call myself the essential millennial realtor. I've been an essential worker for over a decade, and I have been a realtor for about 2 years now. So we are in all things, and we are looking to grow in all areas, and we want clients that are looking for the same thing. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do today. So today we're going to go over how to get in contact with me, how to get in contact with Dreams to Keys Realty. We're also going to talk about the mission of Dreams to Keys Realty, the ideal client that we would have, our consultation process, our referral process, our website, which is linked in the bio. And also we're going to talk about My Dreams Have Keys. What does that mean? What does that look like? Our merchandise that you can get on our website as well as TikTok shop. And I'm going to answer any questions that you may have. So that's kind of the flow that I have planned. But if we kind of go off, that's totally fine. But we're just going to flow with things and be on here until about noon. So we'll do about an hour today. All right. So I know people have to come in, go out. You may be at work, you may be on your lunch break, you got other things going on. But if you hear nothing else that I say today, make sure that you hear me say, click the link in the bio, like this video, and share it. If you click the link in the bio, you will have access to almost everything that I'm discussing today, including how to get in contact with us, how to schedule appointments or consultations. All of that is linked in the bio right now. If you want to get merch, if you want to get My Dreams Have Keys crew necks, shirts, or hoodies, that is already linked in the bio. It's on TikTok shop and it's on our website. So we're going to talk about a little bit of all those things today. I really love to see some likes and some hearts in TikTok. All right, so first, the link in the bio. The link in the bio on any social media platform that we have for myself or Dreams to Keys Realty will pretty much tell you what we are looking to do, how we are looking to help you. So Dreams to Keys Realty has the mission to empower discouraged home buyers through home ownership by providing education and resources to unveil opportunities to buy residential properties. So if you or anyone that you know is looking to buy a home, they could use the resources, information, or services of Dreams to Keys Realty, and specifically myself, Jalon Strong, the realtor or the essential millennial realtor. So if you know anyone that said, I want to buy a house this year, or I want to buy a house next year, or I just feel like I want to buy a house. And they can be first-time home buyers, or they could be someone who's bought a home before, it's just been some time, or they could be looking to relocate. Whatever the situation is, we are looking to help those that feel discouraged, those that feel disconnected or feel like they are just not properly informed on the process of home ownership. That's our mission. All right, so we talked about link in the bio gets you connected to us in so many ways. Thank you all for joining. Make sure that you double tap the screen on TikTok so we can see those hearts, and share this video to anyone that you know is looking to buy a home this year, next year, or anytime in the future. And do the same on YouTube. Make sure that you like the video and share it as well. So we talked about the link in the bio. We'll reference that periodically throughout the live today. But also we talked about the mission just briefly and our ideal client. So our ideal client is someone who is looking to own. If you only want to rent, you would not be an ideal client of Dreams to Keys Realty or myself, Jalon Strong, the Realtor. An ideal client of ours would be someone who is looking to buy real estate at some point, whether that is someone that wants to rent to own, or what is also called a lease option, or someone who just outright wants to buy one home, or someone who has a home already and is looking to buy multiple homes, or someone who is looking to sell the home they currently live in and buy another one for whatever reason. The ideal client of Dreams to Keys Realty, as well as myself, the Essential Millennial Realtor, is home ownership of residential property. So if you are someone who is interested in home ownership, or you know someone who is, then you would be an ideal client of Dreams to Keys Realty in theory. Now, how we make sure that we are fit to work together is we need to talk. And so that segues into our consultation process. So how do you get connected with us for a consultation? Link in the bio. So in the bio, you will see that we have a tab which says, let's talk. That is our link to schedule a consultation with us. That is how you sit with me one-on-one. We talk about your scenario, not the general public, not what's in the media, not what everybody else said, not the myths. We're going to talk about your scenario and how I can help you if possible. And if that means that you're someone who is outside of my area, outside of where I service, then that may mean that I would need to refer you to someone for assistance if you desire. So for example, I'm a licensed Georgia realtor. Hello, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's see some hearts and share these videos, okay? If you're on YouTube, like the video, share, and also hit that notification bell so that you don't miss when we have future videos, okay? All right. So as I was saying, if we're in that consultation process and it comes to the realization of both of us that maybe you're out of my area, or maybe you're in need of services that I don't specialize in, that is totally fine. In that case, I would offer to you a referral, and I would say to you, I could find someone in your area or find someone that specializes in this service if you would like. Would you like a referral? And if you say yes, then from that point forward, we understand that it's not that we are working together, it's that I am helping you to find someone that you can work with. And you can also pick and choose at that time with that person if that person is the best fit for you. Thank you all for joining. I ask that you double tap that screen or keep tapping that screen. Let's see some hearts, and also share the video. Also on YouTube, let's like the video and let's put some comments on either platform, YouTube or TikTok. And let's also hit that notification bell on YouTube so that you get notified about future videos. All right, so we just talked about our consultation process, what that means, and that pretty much is a way for us to have specific time to talk, specific time where there's no other calls that I'm answering, there's no other appointments that I have. It's me and you talking about your scenario and how you need help. And I'm going to present to you my best options of how I can help you. And if that means that I can't directly help you, meaning that I have to refer you to someone else, be open to that, because that may be the case. And if that is the case, when I make referrals to someone else, I'm going to ask that I'm going to look for that person to have certain credentials, certain certifications, because I have certifications. And so when I look for someone to aid in the referral process, I'm looking for that as well. So that may mean that it may take a little longer, or I may be looking at criteria to kind of help suit what you said was your need or your interest. So be open to that the person that you want to work with may not be best suited for your needs, and there may be services that you need that maybe they aren't well suited. And it is our job in whatever career path that we have that we make sure that we're honest about where we are best suited and where we can serve our clients or customers. And also in that consultation process, we will have a distinction between customer and client. So we will go through what it means to be a customer versus what it means to be a client. Prior to that consultation, I send those that ask for the consultation or schedule that consultation a checklist, and they will be filling out the checklist to determine if they're looking for client services or customer services. Now, technically, anybody can be a customer. So you could be a customer right now if you're on TikTok and you click on our TikTok shop and you purchase from us. You are a customer of Dreams to Keys Realty. If I'm on one side of the transaction and you are on the other with your agent, you are a customer of mine. So that means that I have certain obligations or duties rather to you. Now, having a client relationship with me means that I have a more extensive responsibility to you. So that could mean that I do more things for you. For example, if you're my client and you're looking to buy a home, that means that we're going to talk more in depth about that process. I'm going to give you certain suggestions, put things in front of you, put advice to you, give you information, give you advice, give you information about how this process could best suit you. I'm going to present information to you with recommendations that help you to make decisions on how you move forward if you find a property that you like. And prior to seeing any properties with anyone, let's just talk about the NAR, or National Association of Realtors, lawsuit and settlement consequences. Let's talk about that. So because of the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, lawsuit and settlement, there have been changes in real estate that don't just affect realtors, they affect you as well. And if you are someone who likes to just see homes, you like to ask your realtor friend or your real estate agent friend, hey, I'm just, interested in seeing homes. I'm interested in seeing how homes look nowadays. I might want to renovate my home. Can you just show me a home? That is frowned upon. That is, I don't want to say prohibited, but there is language to suggest that a realtor should not be doing that with you if you have not signed an agreement with that realtor as a buyer client. So now there can't be you just finding a realtor and asking them to show out, having an agreement with them that they represent you. Now, that may cause changes for some businesses. That doesn't cause changes for Dreams to Keys Realty because we've always operated that way. So there's nothing that we need to change there. But if you are that type of person that says, I'm just going to ask such and such if they can take me to see a home. I don't necessarily want to buy that home, but I just want to see it. I'm interested. It looks like a nice home from the outside. That is frowned upon. That is not what that realtor should be doing. And we don't want to cause more problems. So as realtors, it's our responsibility to have you sign that agreement before we take you to see homes. Once you start the consultation process with me, I will discuss with you what the next steps are. So if we decide to work together during that discussion with the consultation period, then we're going to talk about what it all means, what it looks like on paper, what the next steps are, who else you need to talk to in the meantime of our next conversation, so on and so forth. So one of the things that I provide as a result of having that consultation with you is I provide preferred lenders, and I go through what it means for someone to be called a lender and the names that the lenders that we're working with or that we prefer to work with because we already have relationship with them in some way. Then we will talk about what their specific representatives' roles are. So when we say lender, that's kind of an umbrella term. But when we're talking about the individual that you're talking to, they may have a different title up under that organization. So their title may be mortgage loan officer, mortgage branch manager, things of that nature. And so we will provide those who are interested in being clients of ours that preferred lenders list. And then we'll describe to you what things you need to have readily available when you get ready to meet with that preferred lender or the representative, because this is the starting grounds. Now, I want people, when they come to us, to think of us as a team, the dream team, if you will. So I feel like when you buy a home, that you should think of yourself as someone who is developing a team that will help you in this home purchase. The reality is, buying a home for many of us is the most expensive transaction that you will participate in. And though for many of us, the heaviest expense is not readily on us, that is something that is divvied up over years, but someone is paying that bill up front. And so this process is the most expensive process for many people for any other purchase they've ever had in their lives. More expensive than most cars, and probably for some people, the next closest expense they could relate to is that of maybe debt, some type of debt, like student loan debt. And this is a segue I'll make just briefly and come right back. Housing, affordable housing, and the ability to acquire funds for housing is a part of what we're going to be voting on in November. So when you vote for candidates, think of that. If you are looking to buy a home, think of what the candidate that you will be voting for in November thinks of home ownership and how they would help you toward that. I will say housing is on the ballot this year, and student loan debt. If you have student loan debt and you feel that that is prohibiting you from buying a home or from doing anything else that you would like to do, it's on the ballot this year. So make sure that you're registered to vote and vote for your needs and your wants and the best interest of what you desire for the country. And so deadlines are approaching to register to vote. I'm in Georgia. The deadline is October 7th. In whatever way that you are looking to get registered, whether you register in person, online, or have postmarked mail, the deadline is October 7th. So housing is on the ballot. I'll stop there. I'm not going to talk about candidates, but housing is on the ballot. If you're concerned about buying a home, you need to be concerned about hearing from the candidates what their stances are and how that will affect you moving forward. All right. So moving back to the consultation process. If you click the link in the bio, and I'm going to refer to that multiple times, click the link in the bio, because that gives a wide range of information and resources, including what I'm talking about as far as the consultation process. So many will be surprised to see that they can get free downloads, such as junk removal. So there's a free download for junk removal in the link in the bio. The way to contact me in the link in the bio. The way to schedule a consultation, click the link in the bio. The way to get to merchandise, you can click the link in the bio and go to our website, or you can go on TikTok Shop if you're already on TikTok and get your My Dreams Have Keys merchandise. I know your dreams have keys. I know they do. They have to. So, and that could mean more than just the house, but your dreams do have keys. My dreams have multiple keys, and I'm trying to get to more and more keys, if you understand. So We have merch. I'm wearing a crew neck, the blue crew neck, and I'll show you two once again. So this is the blue My Dreams Have Keys crew neck, available on our website as well as on TikTok Shop. And we have shirts in a wide variety of colors. There's colors for everything, but we have crew necks, we have shirts, we have hoodies, and the lettering changes. We have black lettering, white lettering. If your dreams have keys like mine do, and don't tell me when the fall hits and it gets cool that this doesn't look fly on you. I know it does because it looks good on me. All right. So, but we have everything is linked in the bio. It's linked in the bio, or you can just click on TikTok and go straight to our shop. It's available for you right now. So that's one of the ways that you can stay connected with us as a customer. Being a customer means that you have access to us in some way. We may have some duties to you, especially if you're on the other side of a transaction. But being a client is where you get the advice, where you get the recommendations, where you get the one-on-one conversations, where you get the showings, where you get information about how to compare the property that you want to buy to other properties. All of that is a part of being a client. And so what I see sometimes is that there are people that feel as if they are looking for client services, but they don't want to make that agreement solid. And when it comes to, well, that's great. You're close to the finish line. That's great. That's great. So when it comes to real estate, what we all must get comfortable with is that it needs to be in writing. Everything needs to be in writing. So people aren't just asking you to complete agreements for no reason. They're asking because it needs to be in writing. Things have to stand up on a legal end. Things have to be documented. You want a deed, right? When you buy a property, things have to be in writing. Things have to be solid. They can't be ambiguous. They can't be misunderstood, misinterpreted. They have to be in writing. And one of the things as a realtor that we do and that you agree to in the agreement is that we're going to use a pre-printed form, which in the state of Georgia, we call it GAR forms, which is GAR is Georgia Association of Realtors. So we're going to use GAR forms so that we all say it the same way. It can't be misunderstood if we're all saying it the same way. Now, I want to go back to the NAR lawsuit and settlement impact. There are people that have communicated, believed, or what have you, that there is a standard commission rate, and that is not the truth. There are people that believe that there is a standard percentage that a realtor should ask for on either side of the transaction. That is not the truth. That was a miscommunication by some people that led people to believe that that was true. And that is a part of the reason why the impact of the NAR lawsuit was so profound, because we have to do a better job as realtors, making sure that our clients, customers understand there is no standard commission rate across realtors, real estate. That is not true. And so when someone asks you or presents to you their rate, and you say, no, it's always this and this and this, you either mentally bought into that myth of a standard, or you may just not be willing to do what they're asking. But I want to be clear to anyone who is looking to use Dreams to Keys Realty or the Essential Millennial Realtor myself for realtor services. There is no such thing as a standard commission rate. That is a part of the reason why the impact of the NAR lawsuit and settlement was so great. That does not exist. And though you may have been accustomed to a certain percentage, that does not mean that every realtor has to present that percentage and has to accept that percentage. That's a part of the consultation process with us as well. So when we come to the consultation appointment and we get to that part where we discuss commission, if you choose to be a client, if you choose to be a customer, commission is not a factor for you. Okay. If you choose to be a client, then we need to go to another step to discuss our agreement. So in the consultation process, we start that discussion if you decide to become a client. And we talk about the time frame in which we would like to work together. So I would present to you the rates that I present, and I would also describe what makes each rate different. So I don't have just one rate. I present different rates based on the services that I'm willing to provide to you to find your home. And that's if you're looking to buy a home. But if you say, well, I'm not looking to provide that percentage, I want to provide another percentage. Hello, 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 Dabney. Hello, Dean. Thank you for joining. Let's like the video, tap that screen on TikTok so that you can, show some heart, show some love, show some, appreciation for the information. Okay, so let's tap the screen, share the video, like on YouTube, share the video, and hit that bell notification so that notification bell so that you can be notified each time we go live. All right. So we're going to discuss consultation, in the consultation process, commission, fee options. It is your choice if you say, I don't want to pay that, or I don't want to be responsible for paying that. And I'm going to segue into something else again. So if you are someone who believes that when you buy a home, that the seller is responsible for paying what you agreed to in your exclusive buyer brokerage agreement, you have believed a myth. I'm going to say that again. If you have believed that when you sign a buyer brokerage agreement as a buyer, that the seller is responsible for what you agreed to, you have believed a myth. And it's in our paperwork, it's in the agreement. When I go over so I have multiple meetings with anyone that decides to be a client of mine. The first one is the consultation process. We're going to talk about whether or not it's a good fit for us to work together. That's the consultation process. If we say yes, it is on both sides, then we're going to have additional meetings. Now, we're not going to see a property until we go over certain agreements. So we're going to go over what it means to be in that exclusive buyer brokerage agreement, because that's what I'll be offering. And we're going to go over the agreement. So I'm not just going to send you the agreement. We're going to break each part down. You need to ask me questions. I need to be able to answer those. So ask me questions. I answer your questions. We break it down. I give you information that you can refer back to when you have questions, when I'm not in your presence or not available to you readily. So we are going to have another meeting, but say that, you think of something later. I'm going to give you a reference. If that reference doesn't work for you, contact me. Let's talk about it. Right? So I'm going to give you time to breathe on that agreement. It's no rush. This, like I said, this is your opportunity to build your team. I don't need to rush you into buying your home. Now, once we get to an executed contract, and I'll talk about what that is, time is of the essence. There are deadlines. So yes, at that point, you have to meet the deadlines. But at the point at which you are deciding to sign the exclusive buyer brokerage agreement, I'm not going to rush you. I want you to understand what you're signing. But if you are under the idea that the percentage, the amount, whatever you agreed to as commission for your real estate agent or realtor is the responsibility of the other party, you are believing a myth. The parties that are a part of the agreement are the parties that are responsible for the agreement. So if you are a buyer and you're signing an agreement with a buyer's agent, That agreement is between you two. It does not involve anybody else. So it is not the responsibility of the seller or seller's agent to cover what y'all said. It is not. That is a myth, and it's already outlined in the agreement. And it was highlighted when we looked at the NAR lawsuit and settlement. We have to do a better job as realtors, real estate agents in outlining that. And that's why when you decide to work with me, we go through that. It's in writing, we talk about it verbally, we talk about it multiple times. So you're going to understand fully that this is your responsibility. Now, the preferred lender may have avenues to help you, and seller may choose to provide some funds that will cover what you agreed to as the commission rate in that exclusive buyer brokerage agreement between you as the buyer and the buyer's agent, right? They can do that, but it is not their obligation. It is not their responsibility. It is not. If you believe that it was at any point, you believed a myth. And also that may indicate that you didn't read the documentation. So take time to read the documentation fully, answer the questions. I'm going to give my overview to those that are my clients or looking to become my clients. But if you're working with any other real estate agent or realtor, take the time to read the documentation, especially before you have an executed contract where time is of the essence. Read the documentation. Another thing that I do for my clients. So once you agree to be my client, you sign that exclusive buyer brokerage agreement. Then I'm going to talk to you about the purchase and sell agreement. We're going to look at that one-on-one, go through each section. We're going to talk through it, ask me questions. I'm going to answer your questions. And that is something that we're going to review before you ever see a property with me. Why is that important? Why does that matter? It matters because once you see a property, you're ready to go. You're ready to make your offer. Time is of the essence. There may be other people making offers. You want your offer in as fast as possible. And what we don't need to slow down for is for you to then say, oh, what does this mean? I don't understand that part. Let's get an understanding before we see a property. And we could just fill in the information about that property, base understanding. My clients are going to get that. So that's one of the benefits of working with me. I really encourage every client and every customer about informed decisions. We're going to make informed decisions when we look at properties. You may love a home, but when that inspection is done and there's so many issues with the home, you have to think about whether or not you're ready to take that on financially, time-wise, if that makes sense. If you're going to move in the time that you want to, you have to think about all that. And sometimes things look nice on the outside, that on the inside are not that great, or underneath the bones, they're not that great. So we have to get an understanding before we get tied emotionally or get too attached to the look of something. So that's something that I take time with my clients and we go through. Before you ever see a home with me, we already know what the purchase and sell agreement looks like. I already know, but I'm going to have that conversation with you with the blanks. We're going to talk about what it looks like when nothing is filled in. And then we're going to talk about when we get to filling in something, what would you like? What would you like here? What would you like as earnest money? We've already talked about preferred lenders a little bit in this live. What was your purchase price? We're going to search in that range, but how much are you looking to put down? What are your options with your preferred lender? Now, when it comes to, I want to say this as well, when it comes to preferred lenders, they are the financial expert. And I said it earlier, preferred lenders or lenders in general are people or organizations or companies, right? And they may have representatives underneath them with different positions. They may be called mortgage loan officer, mortgage branch manager, things of that nature. So when I say lender, I'm talking about the company, but the person that you may be speaking with more so is one person with one different title. And so that, if that one person leaves, there may be someone else that you talk to. So we have preferred lenders and their representatives that we would have presented to you after that consultation period if you decided to become a client of ours, right? Because otherwise, we don't just want to. That's another thing that whether you work with myself or someone else, be leery of or be aware of how people handle your information, how they handle other people's information. We live in a time where there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of people pretending to be other people and organizations. We talk about wire fraud. Once we get into our disclosures, we'll go over that before we see a property. So there's people that's how they, I guess, work or make their money. They go through different scams and schemes to pretend to be people, including real estate professionals and real estate companies. So we're going to talk with my clients, I talk about that process. We're going to have specific people, and I will provide you information on how to contact those people. If you get information outside of what I've given you, question it. Question it. And don't respond to them before you question it. And if you need to contact me, do so. But question it, because there's so many things that are out there, so many people out there that have the intention of scamming or what have you. So when you're talking to different people for any type of service, look at how they handle your information and other people's information. Do they handle it in a way that's confidential? Do they handle it with a level of care and protection? And there's certain things that, may be unpreventable. We don't know every scammer. We don't know a scammer. I don't know a scammer, right? So we don't know how they move. We don't know their next steps. But we know what things that have worked thus far that can help you prevent sending money to the wrong company, wiring it to the wrong company. We talk about wire fraud. We talk about those things. So be mindful of that. And if you don't have someone that's talking to you about that, you need to question that. You need to bring that to their attention. Now, let's say you're someone who has worked with a realtor before. We're going to talk about what a protected period means. If you've ever done a real estate transaction and you don't know what a protected period means, and then you went, let's say you weren't happy with who you worked with, and then you left and you went and worked with someone else right after that, you probably were right on top of your protected period from that first agreement with the first agent. And we're going to talk about protected period when we get to the client relationship with myself and my clients, because you would owe commission to someone else if you do not abide by the rules of the protection period. Like I said, that's something for the clients. That's something for those that are interested in becoming clients, those that have been clients before. But you have to be mindful that you can't just take information that one person gave you and then use it with someone else. If that person presented it to you, the initial person presented it to you, and you didn't use, let's say this agent gave you information on a home and you really love the home, but you weren't really too keen on that agent, and you were like, well, maybe I could use somebody else. And then you decided to terminate that agreement with that agent, and then you left and went and worked with that someone else. And you didn't waste much time. You didn't wait until the protected period closed. You could owe commission to the first person. So be mindful. You have to read the documents. And if you are my client, we are going to talk about it all. We're going to go through each section. We're going to break it down. There are certain sections I may say, this on the agreement is in bold and all caps. I want you to read this for what it is, as it is. These things mean this. There's definitions. There's terms that I'll give you. There's ways that your agent should be breaking things down to you so that you understand them. I understand that the agreements themselves, the contracts themselves, they may have jargon or language that may be just hard to comprehend when you're just reading it at first face value. But an agent who's been using these contracts for some time should be able to communicate with you what that all means. Am I giving good information? I mean, I don't see any likes. Like, Is anyone double tapping the screen? Like, come on, TikTok, let's tap the screen. Let's see some likes. Let's see some hearts. Share this video. If you're on YouTube, like the video. And you can put a comment in either platform, and make sure that you share on YouTube as well. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos that we put up in the future. So like I said, we're about 15 minutes left on this live, and thank you all for coming in. But I wanted to talk to you about, our processes, how you can get in contact with me. And like I said, I know people come in and out, they got things to do. But if you hear nothing else that I said today, hear me say, click the link in the bio. Everything that I'm talking about is either linked in the bio, from the link in the bio, or it's readily available on the platform that you are on. So next, we'll talk about the referral process. So like I said a little bit earlier, if we're not fit to be in a working relationship, meaning I'm not fit to be your realtor and you're not fit to be my client for whatever reason. And not fit doesn't mean a bad thing. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, something wrong with me. It just means that what you need and what I offer don't match. They don't fit. They don't connect, right? If that's the case, then I will offer you a referral. And like I said earlier, I look to find someone that is equipped in the services that you need, and it's also in the area that you are looking to buy your home or sell, if that's the case. But I primarily work with buyers, just because, like I said earlier, I am the essential millennial worker. I'm still an essential worker. So just to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence for those that I do represent, I want to have the time and availability to do so. And it's just a little bit easier when you're already in a path of working that I represent buyers more so than sellers, okay, currently. But I hope for that to change. All right, so next, after that, so we'll conclude our conversation. I'll ask you if you want, in that conversation, I'll ask you if you want to have a referral to another agent who provides that service in that area. And you can tell me yes or no. If you say yes, then I will go and look for that agent. Now, I'm going to look for agents that have certain certifications. And of course, like I said, they need to have the ability to, in my idea, confidently provide the services that you're looking for. So those are my kind of criteria when I'm doing that. Now, I will contact that agent, let them know, hey, I have someone that's interested in your area for your type of services. Are you able to take this type of client on right now? They can say yes or no. If they say yes, I try to connect you all. That may mean a group text, that may mean a phone call, that may mean an email, whatever is best for both parties or makes most sense at the time for both parties, and that's what I try to do. And from that period, there is an agreement that is made on the back end between the agent and I about what that means. For, let's say, the commission, we're going to agree on how the total commission is split between us. So as a client of theirs, once you establish that relationship, just know that you don't pay me additional funds for that referral. They are paying me from the already agreed upon commission that they're receiving. So it's not like an additional fee to you. All right. So that's the referral process. Once you all connect, hopefully that goes well. If you talk to that agent, try to get some clarity. And if you have not already signed an agreement with them where you are in a time frame and then that protected period starts, then you may want to, I can try to refer you to someone else. And I'm not opposed to anyone that I'm working with also looking at properties on the side. I'm not that type of realtor. Like, if you come to me and say, I found this property I really like, and that could be something that we looked at, or maybe your criteria changed. And that's another thing. If you come to me and say, I'm looking for this type of home, and your criteria changes, but I'm still searching based on the first criteria that you gave me, please let me know, because I wouldn't want my client to be dissatisfied by the criteria that I'm using when your criteria changed unknown to me. So if your criteria changes in the process, let your realtor know, let your real estate agent know, so that they can be searching for what you're actually looking for. It would frustrate everyone to be working on something that nobody really wants at the end of the day. So if things change, it's fine if things change. We're developing a team, right? So that you can get the home that you want. So if the criteria changes, or maybe this is your first time buying a home and you say, I thought I liked this, but I don't really like it like I thought I did. Well, that's fine. We just switch it up and we'll search for what you do like, what you do desire. Be mindful though, that unless you're going to build a home from the ground up, most homes are going to have something that you may not really like as much, or you're not too crazy about. So be mindful of that unless you're building the home for you, building your dream home from scratch, from the ground up, that you're probably going to have to customize any other home to match your needs. So just be aware of that. So yeah, that's how the referral process works. Now, you don't have to start the consultation process to start the referral process. You can call or text our business line and ask for a referral for the area. So like I'm saying that I'm a Georgia realtor, right? And you may be in South Carolina. I can make referrals nationwide. So that's not a hindrance. You can just call our business line or text that line and say, hey, I'm looking for referral services for an agent to buy a home in this part of North Carolina. Now, I'm likely going to call you and say, hey, when you say you're looking to buy a home, what type of home? Have you talked with a lender? Do you have a pre-approval letter? I'm going to ask follow-up questions because the agent is going to want to know those things as well. And some agents are like, I just need to know what they need and I'll take it from there. And other agents are like, well, are they pre-approved? Because I want to work with pre-approved clients. So what you need and what's already established in your search. I'm also going to ask you if you have already worked with an agent within the last 6 months, because your protected period could be affected by that. So be honest with your real estate professionals, because if you're not, it comes out later and someone finds it out. Like even if it goes to the closing table and the real estate attorney says, and then all of us are like, wow, that could have been said in the beginning. So please be honest with each real estate professional that you're working with, because it comes out later and it may not be in your best interest if it has to come out later. Because if the underwriter finds something that you weren't truthful about, if the attorney, if anyone finds something that you know and you weren't truthful about, because that's also a part of your agreement. You agree to be honest, truthful, timely, all of those things. But if you decide not to, and it comes out, you may owe some money to someone, depending on where we are in the transaction. So be honest, be truthful, and be timely. All right. Am I making sense? Anybody? Am I making sense? If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's see some hearts. If you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up if you like anything that you are hearing today. And we're about to wrap this up. But before we do, I want you all to know our website. Our website is dtkrealty.com. Dreams to Keys Realty is the name of the company, and the website is dtkrealty.com. All right. And on there, you can do all the things that you can also do some of the things that you can also do from the link in the bio. So you can schedule your consultation. You can see a website where you can also see properties if you're looking to buy. You can contact us. We have lead forms on our website. There's so many things that you can do on there. You can shop our merchandise. So again, I'm wearing the My Dreams Have Keys crew neck, and it comes in a variety of colors. Everything that we have as far as merchandise, tangible merchandise, comes in a variety of colors. And we have shirts, hoodies, and crew necks available right now on our website and on our TikTok shop. And TikTok is offering free shipping on our crew necks and hoodies, as well as $5 off coupons for all of our products. Okay, so if your dreams have keys like mine do, and fall is approaching, you're going to want a crew neck. So make sure that you go to TikTok shop or our website. You can do that right on our profile. Go to our shop and get yours today. I'm going to get me some more because I already have a hoodie, of course, the shirts and the crew neck, but I want some more colors. So I'm going to be doing that myself. All right, so that's our website information. I am brokered by, as a realtor. I am, let's say, if you think of things as like a supervisor or manager, my supervisor in this arena is my broker, and my broker is with Dalton Wade Inc. I am under the brokerage Dalton Wade Inc. That's where my real estate salesperson license is held. So, as any real estate agent, we have to have our license held under a brokerage. So, Dreams to Keys Realty is my company. It's where I operate my business, but it is not a brokerage. My brokerage for my license is Dalton Wade Inc. And so that's something we discuss as well in the consultation period. So there are certain things that are covered strictly under Dreams to Keys Realty. And when it comes to the real estate transaction, it's all under Dalton Wade Inc. as the brokerage. So you'll see that when we come to that part if you are looking to become a client. All right. My dreams have keys. Like I said, that's a phrase that we're not only using, but we're wearing. And if you've seen the videos that we've had on our TikTok page, as well as other platforms, you've seen that we have different videos showing me in the shirt, the black shirt, particularly black shirt with the white writing, just like this. And that's something that we are selling. And we would love to see you all wearing this merchandise and putting keys in your hand. We would love to see you with keys in your hand and the My Dreams Have Keys merch. If you already have a home, but you're looking to buy another home, whether you're looking to relocate and sell the original home, or you are looking to have multiple homes, or you're a first-time home buyer, we talk with everyone. We interact with everyone, and we provide information and services to customers and clients. It just depends on what type of services that you like, that you would need, depends on how extensive the services we provide to you. So those are options that you have. Now, before we wrap everything up, does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any concerns, questions about anything I said today? Of course, some things, if it's confidential, if it's specific to your scenario, and that's something that you don't want discussed outwardly to everyone, that means you need to schedule a consultation, or you need to call the Dreams to Keys Realty office line. Again, all that information is linked in the bio. If you're on YouTube, you can see the office number on the description of the video. But that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about today, guys. My dreams have keys. And you see all the keys in the background. I'm trying to get to all of them. So, and I want to help as many people get them as well. I know a lot of people are discouraged every time interest rates come up in the media. Guys, interest rates are not all that is encompassed in the transaction of buying residential property. If you think that you just have to worry about where the interest rate is, you're not informed about the real estate transaction process. And you needed someone like me to help you. And you need someone like the preferred lenders that I have to help you, because there's so much more to the transaction process. And I encourage everyone that's looking to buy a home that you have to be concerned less about what is a general state media and what your specific people to get pre-approved before we go too much further in the process, because you may have this notion that the percentage that you have to worry about is the percentage that everybody else is worrying about. And that may not be your case, depending on your loan option, depending on your financial position. It's specific to you. So you have to be less concerned when you're buying a property about what the general notion in the media is, and more informed about what your specific scenario is. because it's not a cookie cutter type of thing. It's not one size fits all. Everyone is not getting one percentage. It's based on your credit worthiness, it's based on your program, it's based on your financial position. And you have to make sure that you know what is your position. You're buying a home for you. You're not buying a home for the whole United States of America. So you can't be concerned as much when it comes to your process about what it looks like for everyone else, because that doesn't speak to what it looks like for you. It's noon. I said we're going to stay on here till noon. I'm keeping my word. I really would have liked to see more likes and more tapping of the screen on TikTok, but hey, here we are. So if you guys like this video, let's see the likes. And please share this video to anyone that you know is interested in buying a home. Let them know about Dreams to Keys Realty and the Essential Millennial Realtor, myself, Jalon, and how I can help, whether that's working with them directly or referring them to someone else. I'm happy to help. We have a number of resources available. There's free downloads even in the bio. So click the link in the bio to get to the free downloads like junk removal. We have ebooks. So if you're looking to revamp your credit, if you have issues on your credit that need to be addressed, the DIY credit repair kit is what you need to look at. And that's already linked in the bio. And we have preferred lenders that help with credit issues. So if they see something that needs to be addressed, they have programs and steps in place to help you do that. So you have access to the help if you want it. It's all in saying that you want it. It's all in saying that you, as an individual, would like these services and move forward. And we're happy to help. So I'll let you guys enjoy your Monday, and I will see you in the next live. I think I will go live again on Saturday. But make sure that you follow each platform. We're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and I think we're about to be on another platform. But once that's finished, I'll announce it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.